Hi, thank you so much for joining me today. My name is Kate with Beautiful Light Home, and today I'm going to be talking to you all about Waldorf education and music. This is actually a two-part video series. This is my first video on the subject. Today's going to be just a high-level overview of Waldorf education and their beliefs about music, as well as introducing you to the pentatonic scale. And then my second video, which you'll be able to find over on my page, is all about Waldorf education and musical instruments for children. So let's get started. First, I want us to think about, what does music do for you? So I know for me, music, if I hear a certain song, it can transport me from where I am to a different time and place. Music has the ability, I've always connected very deeply with music since I was a young kid. Music, a lot of times, either just the tone and a rhythm of a song and the lyrics together, they can speak for me when I don't know the words myself. Music has a very strong ability to connect with us on an emotional level. It's also one of the 7 lively arts, which relate back to the 7 liberal arts from ancient times. So because of this, and especially this ability to connect with us on an emotional level, Waldorf education makes sure that music is incorporated into almost every piece of the day. There's music associated with a lot of the components to a day, especially in the early childhood stage. So first, let's just a brief reminder. Waldorf education is seeking to educate the mind, the body, and the soul, or the feelings of an individual. So trying to connect with that soul and feelings part of every human, music can help us do that. Music can help us connect with each other on that emotional level. So knowing that, Waldorf education starts the day with circle time. Even as the children get older and it becomes a warm-up time, 8th graders, they're still singing together. So songs are important to Waldorf education in circle time and warm-up time. They are also used for blessings throughout the day, especially, like I said, in that early childhood, really 1st, 2nd, and 3rd grade stages. They'll have blessings for almost everything, to show reverence to what you're about to do. For instance, when they eat a meal together, it's not necessarily a religious blessing, but they'll sing a little song. To give you an example, Earth, who gave to us this food? Sun, who made it ripe and good? Dear Earth, dear Sun, praise and joy for all you have done. So that's a type of a traditional Waldorf blessing for your meal. Again, in those early years, up until about 3rd grade or so, teachers use songs for transitions throughout the day. So instead of, remember, children, and especially in that birth to 7-year-old range, they're really in that dreamlike state of mind. And knowing that, we don't really want to abruptly jar them out of that. So if we're transitioning from one activity to another, it's really great to use a song. So if it's cleanup time, you might have a little song to transition them to cleanup time. If it's story time, they might sing like, it's story time, it's story time, it's time to tell a story. I know throughout the day at our house, I even have little songs before it's time for bed. Like I made up one, like, the sun is going to bed, the moon is on the rise, it's time to go to bed and close all your eyes. So my children know it's just like a nice dreamy way of leading them up the stairs. So songs are very important in Waldorf education, and the musical experience involves the whole being, Rudolf Steiner said. So it involves the mind, it involves our bodies, and then it does involve our souls and our emotions and our feelings. So let's talk about the specifics behind those early years. I'm gonna say this is from birth to age 9. I say age 9 because developmentally at age 9, there's a 9-year change where the student, the child, is no longer really in this dreamlike state. They're more grounded. They're more here, rooted in the earth. They're a little bit more awake to the world around them. The world isn't as dreamy as they had noticed before, and they're definitely more grounded at that point. So from birth to right around age 9, children still exist in this dreamy state. So in order to have music that coincides with that dreamlike quality, the Waldorf educators use what's called the mood of the fifth, and that's the pentatonic scale. Now I have a little lyre here for you that I'm going to just play the pentatonic scale. And the pentatonic scale does not have F notes or C notes to it. Instead, it's just D, E, G, A, B, D, E. So this is my little lyre, and I'll just play it, the scale going up and the scale going down so you can hear what it sounds like. So this scale corresponds to the imagination. Rudolf Steiner said it has a very expansive quality to it. The song, so before I even say this, I've spent the past week really listening to my 3-year-old daughter's songs. She makes up songs, as most 3-year-olds do, all day long. Even on a car ride just a couple of minutes ago, she was making up a song. And I just want you to think real quick about a song that a child makes up. Not one that they've heard, but one that they've made up. Normally, a young child's songs start out of nowhere. They don't have a very specific end to them. There's no specific cadence or rhyming pattern. It's typically a very unplanned, easy breezy, airy type of melody to it. This pentatonic scale that I just played for you has some very similar qualities. First of all, it still has a very dreamlike type atmosphere to it, and it meets the children where they are developmentally. None of these notes have sound like a definitive beginning or a definitive end to a song. The song almost just lingers there in the air, like, is it going to go on? And that really relates to the child at that age. So Rudolf Steiner also said this type of scale is a musical experience in which the human being is actually brought out of himself. Man actually feels transported. Just listen to it again and listen to the notes. Now I'm just going to play something with feeling. I have no songs for my lyre here at all. Everything is just based off of where my body and my feelings feel like going. So there are no wrong notes with the pentatonic scale. Any note you play sounds just as beautiful as the note before it, and they all sound like they can easily go together. Again, it's played with feeling, so it keeps our children in that dreamlike state. We don't really want to intrude upon that dreamlike state. We want to prolong it as long as possible, and the pentatonic scale does that. Now in a Waldorf classroom, a teacher might have something like a lyre. I got this lyre off of Amazon, honestly. There's some really beautiful ones that are way more expensive, but this one is on Amazon. I got it on a Black Friday deal, so it was like even cheaper than, it's not that expensive to begin with. I wanted to make sure I would use it to begin with. But this is the Donner brand, and it's a 7-stringed lyre. And you just tune it to the pentatonic scale. In fact, it comes with instructions on how to do that. So teachers in a Waldorf classroom might use a lyre, they could use a harp, they could use a glockenspiel, or any instrument that they can tune to the pentatonic scale. So this is what I'm currently using. A little bit more next year is I want to incorporate it into some of our transitions. I do have songs that I sing for transitions throughout our day, but it would be awesome if I could incorporate our lyre into that. And I also want to incorporate it into our story time going forward, just because I do think it has such a beautiful tone and to really reach them on that emotional level. Now, that's up until age 9. Once children hit the age of 9, or even like right before that, they start to become more grounded, like I said. And instead of that expansive quality, they need a scale that will really look more inward. They're looking for a little bit more cadence to the rhythm and everything. And that's when the diatonic scale, which is the traditional scale that we're pretty much all used to. It's C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, and on again. The diatonic scale has clear rhythms to it, a clear end, a clear beginning to it. The songs normally have rhymes to it. They're a more complete song. And at that point, you're looking more inward. Instead of being an expansive type of song, you're looking more inward with that type of music. And that's what children from 9 and on up really are looking for. So that's, in a nutshell, Waldorf education and music. I'm not hitting on everything at this moment, but it's just the high level overview of the pentatonic scale and Waldorf education. If you're interested in more information on Waldorf education and music, my next video is all about Waldorf education and musical instruments in children, and something I found pretty interesting, something that was unusual for me, and beliefs about musical instruments and children. So if you're interested in more information on how to make Waldorf education accessible and how to bring Waldorf education into your home, please like and subscribe, like this video and subscribe to my channel. And you can also come and see me over on beautifullighthome.com. That is my blog space where I go into a little bit more detail on all of these topics. And I have other tutorials and things like that over there. You can also come and see me over on Instagram at beautifullighthome. So I'm so appreciative of you being here today, and I can't wait to chat soon. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Bye.